Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise unto Yahweh Shai, Bashim Makakadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and honors you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So I'm gonna call this video what was you put on this earth to do? And that's a very sort of simplistic title for a very simplistic concept. Because basically, within this world, you watch these so-called films and you read these different books that they have out here. The thing of life purpose always comes up. I suppose as a so-called race of people, quote unquote, the thing of purpose is very much close and always ever present in everybody's walk. And whether you're moving towards that purpose or not, I suppose is of great importance. Because if you've been put on the earth to be a great musician, I'll use that as an initial example. Okay, and as I build up this point, you'll see what I'm trying to where I'm trying to go with this. Brothers that are in the faith already know where I'm going with this. Okay, but pretty much if you was apparently put on this earth to be a musician like Prince was, like Stevie Wonder, and all the other different musicians that you have out here, then each moment of your life basically serves a purpose towards that greater purpose to which you was put on the earth to. Okay, like sleep works towards the art. Okay, but too much sleep works against the art. You see what I'm trying to say? So that's the purpose of this video. It's just a quick, easy, and simple idea. Okay, that should be ever present in your day-to-day walk, man. Okay, everything's gonna be filtered out. Okay, in terms of the greater purpose. Okay, what does that particular thing that you're into, okay, especially the so-called lust of this world, how does it serve the purpose of this truth, man? Okay, and the Bible gives us clear guidelines as to how we're supposed to navigate, man. We're supposed to be out here as harmless as wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. Okay, never hurting a fly, but always ready to make a move, man. Okay, always ready and present to make a move. Okay, and I suppose we can go straight to the point. The purpose of the men of the Lord was to teach this word, man. Okay, to push this word, man. Okay, Yahushua, when he was on the scene, he had a purpose, and he said, "What it is fulfilled, it's done." Okay, the purpose is the thing that he was put on the earth to do. Okay, he had accomplished it, man. Okay, and the same thing goes for every man that's out here pushing this word. Okay, you got to really think about, okay, what the Most High has put you on this earth to do, and whether you're working towards that. Okay, so let's start reading some scriptures here. The spirit of the prophets. I think it's in Corinthians. If I put that should bring up the precept. Okay. 1 Corinthians 14 and 32, it says, the spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets. So the Most High set up, from the foundations of the earth, who was going to be a prophet, who was going to be a deceiver, okay, who was going to be a follower of the deceiver, and who was going to be a follower of the truth. Okay, the Lord prescribed that from the foundations of the earth. And the scripture says, who has resisted the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Okay, now here's the kicker. Here's where it gets a bit funny, because you can have a guy, right, and don't really want to be in this truth, all right, but the Most High set it up from the foundations of the earth that he was going to be a man of the Lord. Now, a guy that comes to mind is Jonah. Okay, the prophet Jonah is a great example of that. All right, he basically didn't want to go out there into Nineveh, and the Most High set up a situation where he got swallowed up by a fish. Okay, and ultimately ended up prophesying. So you might have individuals like that. Now, I wouldn't advise of that, having that particular spirit, and that's certainly within the minority, man. Okay, That's certainly within the minority. Usually a guy that doesn't want to be in this thing, that's because the world's calling him, because this truth ain't in him from the foundations of the earth. But you're gonna have some guys out there, okay, that the Most High set it up that they was gonna try to resist this truth, but ultimately end up in the same place, because their purpose on this earth was to push this word. Okay? You see, you can't resist the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Okay, the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is an ever-consuming fire. Okay, and it's gonna do. Who has resisted the will of the Most High, man? Nobody has. Okay, and therefore the spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets, man. And the Most High set up the prophets from the foundations of the earth to push this word, man. That's their purpose. Okay, that's what they was put on this earth to do, not to go out there. I mean, hey, look, we all go out there and we blow off some steam, but you're talking about blowing off some steam from what? All right, when an athlete blows steam, he's blowing off steam from doing that whatever athletic pursuits those are, man. Okay, when a soldier blows some steam off, he's blowing off some steam from that solid soldier-like lifestyle, man. Okay, like you got particular soldiers out there that are in distant lands. They might go out to a tavern out there in those distant lands and blow off some steam and then get back to doing the job, man. Okay, and that's how you gotta look at this truth, man. All right, things that take up too much time are a distraction from the work, and things. But then there's particular things that you can get involved in. Okay, that's not gonna be detrimental to the truth, but it's gonna be beneficial. What I'm trying to say is you're gonna put things into perspective, man. Okay, you're gonna put things into their perspective. Okay, so let me read that scripture again. It says the spirits of the prophets is subject unto the prophets, man. All right, let me go on to the book of Jeremiah 28:8. These are bread and butter scriptures, yeah? They're bread and butter scriptures, but the point still stands. Okay, stay focused on the job, okay? Because the job is what you've been created for. All right. And I suppose this could be the last scripture. The book of Jeremiah 28:8, it says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee have all prophesied against many countries and the great kingdoms of wars and of evils and of pestilences. So you had prophets that were before us, okay, and the Most High set them up to teach the word back then. And they was prophesying against Babylon. They was, Jeremiah, he prophesied against Jerusalem, that Babylon was going to take him down. All right, he prophesied against the modern day Babylon now. All right, they prophesied, the prophets that was before, they spoke up against many so-called great empires, man. All right, and the Most High, the will of the Most High went out there. He spoke about it, went out there, didn't return unto him void. Beautiful. All right, the same thing applies for the men that are now, okay, on the earth, and they've been blessed with this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We're supposed to be going out there pushing this word, man. Right? We're supposed to be going out there pushing this word. That is the express intent of our being on this earth. Everything else is somewhat arbitrary, man. Somewhat in the background. Right? You look at the biography. You watch a biography about Prince, okay, or you watch a biography about Michael Jackson, and the documentary is an hour long. 40 minutes of that, it ain't supposed to be stuff that's not music related. Because you came to see the documentary about a musician. You should be seeing my gist now. So when we get into the kingdom, okay, and Lord's will be of that elect. The vast majority of the works, the scripture says that our works follow us. The works that they're supposed to be speaking about is the thing that we was mostly engaged in, which was the prophesying and the pushing of this word, man. Okay, and that's that's pretty much it. That's the video. So Lord's will, that's edifying. And with that, I'm gonna say all praises unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Rakakadash, double honors unto the apostles of great millstone, on the she brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.